for the first 5 minutes.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's demonetized.
Or else you get demonetized. But there's no reason to get demonetized on Comic Book Streamland because we're not making any money on Comic Book Streamland. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you all for joining us for the Snowpocalyse special edition. We're snowed in tonight. Well, at least some of us are snowed in tonight. So what better thing to do than talk about comic books when you're snowed in, right, guys?
True. I guess. Sure.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Here we are, right? And is this? There we go. Green Lantern Burks, what's up, brother? You're always showing up for us. Thank you so much, Green Lantern Burks.
That is some loyalty right there, man.
He is,
that
man.
Is some real stuff.
He's showing up on all of it, you know.
He might be snowed in too.
What's up?
He might be snowed in too.
He's in LA, bro.
Oh,
he's in LA. Look at him.
16 degrees and humid as hell. Damn. We can use a little bit of that right now.
You got to rub that in, bro. We got feet, not inches. We got feet.
That's true. Yeah.
He's out looking at the laser blast sets every day. You know?
Oh, those are bad sets, dude. Those are bad sets. I think the finale was actually on one of those backlots.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm sure
right?
It was probably a portion of Universal or something.
Yeah. North Bay. He's in the North Bay area.
He's up north. Oh, okay. All right. So not at the laser blast sets.
No. Okay. But I think
like up in the desert, like Hesperia and crap like that.
Wow. See, I don't know. I would have thought Hesperia is a made up word.
No, it's a real place.
It's
where the Joshua trees are, man. You know, U2 and the Joshua trees.
Yeah. Hey, I saw Digital Highways, Sonic Highways. No, Digital Highways.
I don't know
the documentary that Dave Grohl did. And when they were recording, I think it was the Sonic Highways album. He recorded it in historical locations. So each song was a 1 hour document, or excuse me, 8 of the songs in the album was a 1 hour documentary. One episode was in the Joshua Tree recording studio, and they had one of the guys from the Eagles over there. I forgot his name. The one that was in the Blues Brothers. Don't tell me you didn't watch the Blues Brothers.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god.
Although I do find it funny, I've seen parts of it. I do find it funny that the cop at the beginning is the same cop from Trading Places. You know, the guy's like, here's your stuff, Winthorpe. You know.
Well, it's a Chicago-based movie, right? And they were Saturday Night Live alum.
Oh yeah, they for sure. Yeah, but
right?
It was funny that he played a cop in both situations. Yeah,
right. Yes, Green Lantern Burks. That's what I'm talking about, bro. I know you saw it. If you ever get a chance, check out the documentary. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. You know, and we're getting the Calderon opening push. We're at 32 people.
Well, hey, I pushed it too, man. I pushed it too.
My man. But there you go. Joe Walsh. Yes, Joe Walsh was there, right?
Isn't that the guy who used to coach the Redskins?
No.
Joe Walsh?
Maybe.
Somebody Walsh used to
that he did the 49ers also?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the 49ers. Maybe I was thinking of the 49ers. That sounds like an NFL coaching name is Walsh.
No, that he went to the Redskins after Montana.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Walsh.
Right?
That's yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! Look at that. Okay. Yeah. well, ladies and gentlemen, we know the age group that we're reaching out for.
This is a 1983 to 87 podcast today.
If you're a TikTok crowd, chances are this is not for you. All right, he's from the Eagles. That's right, brother. He is. Shout out to my bro Dixon. All right, way to go.
Bill Walsh. I'm thinking Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh.
Yeah.
There you go. Calderon was saying we were wrong the whole time because the Redskins are his favorite team.
Yeah, he's big Redskins fan. I know.
What
are you talking about?
He used to be a season ticket holder at FedEx Field. You know?
They're getting it. Did you see their new stadium that they're getting in Washington?
They just got a new stadium. What are you talking about?
No. They're in a new stadium, but it's not. They're getting a new stadium, like a built from the ground stadium.
Yeah,
and it's being built like, because it's in Washington D.C. So you have all the monuments and stuff there, like Lincoln Memorial and all that. So it's being built like the external of it is going to look like sort of a memorial, like a monument.
Wait,
or in the area.
They just got a new field, bro.
No, it's not that new. It's not that new.
Okay, when I was living in DC,
mm-hmm.
the Expos just became the Nationals.
Okay. Again, 1988 or something.
No, this was in the 2000s, dude. The Expos just became the Nationals, and they were playing.
I did the wrong way. Yeah, Expos and Nationals. Yeah.
And they were playing at the old Redskin field,
RFK Stadium.
At RFK,
right?
Yes, because the Redskins were playing at FedEx Field, which was exit 24 on the 495. I know because I live 30 minutes from it. So I got to see both stadiums. I got to see them play in both fields. Yeah, but
2004 is 22 years ago, dude. That's a long time. Plus, if they're playing football, you tell me they're playing football and baseball there?
Do you not see? I came here to hear about comics, and it's ESPN8. Like, what?
Ron shouldn't be complaining because Ron lives in comics and he works in. Ron, I don't want to say where you work, buddy. If you want to put it up on the screen, I'll let you put it up on the screen. But Ron has a very important position. Cool dude. He showed me pictures. He has the bona fides. He's an awesome guy, man. Yeah. But excuse me. And this is not ESPN8. This is ESPN El Ocho. Okay, we're gonna have Jason Bateman and Chuck Norris show up in about 10 minutes. Come on, Calderon. You got to know this one. You got to know that one.
What are you talking about?
The Ocho? The Ocho is?
What?
ESPN The Ocho? You don't know that reference?
The Ocho? Nope.
You never saw Dodgeball?
That's Dodgeball.
No.
Dodgeball movie?
Dodge, dive, dip, duck, dodge.
And dodge.
5 Ds.
No, man, no.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Listen, Tom hates everything. That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good for you. I'm happy for you guys. Hold on.
I'm going to get that license and make a comic book, and it's going to be a what do they call it? A pop-out book. So when you open it, the ball flies out at you.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's not a bad idea.
You
know what I mean? Dude, you do the spinoff on the bad guy team, Blazer, Phaser, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's a wonderful way to lose more money.
We make comic books. You don't think we're losing money already? Come on. Come on, kid. I want to, as they said in here we go. Yeah, Peanut. That's how we do, baby. No one makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
Touche.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Here we go. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
If you can dodge a comic book, you can dodge a ball.
That's the only line I remember.
If you can dodge an omnibus, you can dodge a ball. There you go. You see, your sister-in-law watched it. She knows what we're talking about, Calderon. Come on, bro. Rip Torn, Vanessa Williams' brother.
I'm a little distracted. I'm looking at some stuff that I was sent by some of my artists.
Comic books are a get-rich-slow scheme. Oh. Okay.
It's a get-rich-never scheme.
There you go. All right. See, so he didn't put it up on the screen, so I can't say where he works. I'll leave it back. But Ron and his team, they're cool people. I'm looking forward to hanging with them this year at New York Comic Con again. And he's gonna throw a lot of pictures in my face, which sucks. All right. But yeah, no, dude, Dodgeball. I don't know if it fit as a comic book though, would it?
Anything? It's a story, dude. They make look at manga. There's fucking everything you can imagine under the sun. I'm not saying it's successful necessarily, but any sort of genre, or I mean, there's all kinds of sports comics and stuff in Japan. So anything can be done. It's whether or not it would sell. Now, if you had the license and it was literally Dodgeball, the license, you were going to attract eyeballs immediately. Like, what the fuck are these guys doing with this license?
Dodgeball the movie.
Dodgeball the movie becomes Dodgeball the comic. Yeah. It's you would get that potential little kick. And if it's, you have to make something decent, but you'd at least get attention, because it's a licensed thing and the whole world loves licensed things right now.
Bro, everything's getting licensed. Thundar is finally getting a comic book after fucking what, 40 years?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad first issue. It was better than most of those things are. So I'm hopeful. Yeah, I'm hopeful.
Yeah. We West Coasters at LB Comics are suffering through a tough day today. It was 72 degrees. Enjoy the snow day, boys. Ha ha ha. Ha, ha. Ron, I just want to say fuck the Broncos, okay? Because he's a big Broncos fan, and they should have kept the Patriots from going into the Super Bowl. So you're going to get
You can't do that with a fucking
What?
backup quarterback.
You can't.
You're not doing that. You're not
No,
doing that.
you can't. You can't. They're not. Old joke. How do you end up $1 million from comic books? You start with $2 million. Yes. How do you make $1 million? How do you get rich in comic books? Right?
Yeah, ask Double Take Comics how you take $2 million and lose it in 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who Double Take is.
That's correct. That's the correct answer to that. Yes.
Wow. Dodgeball is a one shot and only good for the memes, but not an actual story. Yes, only good for the memes. But you got so many things involved in that, right?
Almost everything is a meme. That's the funny part. It's like virtually every scene is a memeable moment.
Yeah.
That's what's so crazy about the whole thing, you know.
One of the best lines Rip Torn said was, do I drink my own piss because it's sterile and it tastes good? No. I do it because I like it. It's a good fucking movie, bro. Yeah, Calderon, you gotta watch it, bro. We gotta do a live stream watch with you, bro. Come on, man. You're gonna
I've probably seen it already. I mean, it's just one of those things. Yeah.
It was Vince Vaughn in his peak. He had Dodgeball.
I don't like Vince Vaughn as, you know, there's a certain group of comedians that I didn't enjoy.
Uh-huh.
Vince Vaughn was one of them. I didn't necessarily care for who are the guys that did the car movies, the comedy car movies, Talladega Nights or whatever, Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
Farrell and the other guy.
Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh my gosh.
I found this shit corny, bro. Every fucking time. Corny as fuck. Kind of like you.
You gotta not kind of like me. Sometimes you gotta lower your standards. You just have fun. Popcorn movies are popcorn movies, bro. There's nothing that fun right now.
Watch something that I might enjoy.
Okay, go watch Wuthering Heights. Go ahead. I'll pay for the tickets right now for you to go watch Wuthering Heights.
I'd rather.
No one else is watching it.
Blast. There you go.
You know, here we go. All right, she said Dodgeball is one shot. Yes, I did a comic for Double Take. Never saw print. Wow. Okay. Giants, Redskins, and Patriots did it with backup QBs, Tom.
Yeah, but they didn't do it against that Patriots defense. This year's Patriots defense. That was the only thing. That's the only thing, is the Patriots defense was just, it was too good for, what's the dude's name? I don't even know the dude's name. It was just too good for him. So can you win with a backup quarterback? Of course you can.
Sam Darnold?
History shows you that you can do it. No, it wasn't Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl, dude. Yeah. He was with the Seahawks. But the Broncos had a backup quarterback. It was
yes, I'm sorry. I didn't know who it was. Correct.
I can't think of who it was either. So
Jared Naeem chimes in. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Bold move, Cotton. Great fucking line. That was Jason Bateman. Come on, baby. He's right though, from Lorraine. He did lower his standards. He's your friend. That sucked, Jerry. That hurt, Jerry. That would hurt, Jerry. Let me deep on that one, kid. All right. We moved across from Steve the Pirate at Albuquerque. Dude had the longest line I've ever seen. Way to go. That's Alan Tudyk. Yeah, Alan Tudyk is the fucking man, bro. I was gonna say Alien Nation, but what's his show on Sci-Fi Channel? Alien. Where he's the doctor. He's the alien takeover, right? But Alan Tudyk, he's done a ton of voices.
He's everywhere.
You know,
I don't like the Resident Alien. It's called
Resident Alien. There we go. Here,
I got through the first season and then I was done. It kind of felt like it ran its course. It was okay, but I don't know how it's on like 3 seasons now. That's a little much.
See, this is boasting right now. This is boasting. This hurts. This hurts, Ron. Ross Marquand is a huge Broncos fan. He and I bonded for about 15 minutes after that Bills win. Yes. Enjoy. Maybe he did some voices for you while you were hanging out with him. I hope he did. All right. For all the garbage movies Jose watches, if he doesn't like something that says something. Oh,
And I watch a lot of garbage films.
Yeah, you watch Laser Blast. Resident Alien. Here we go. Everybody now says Resident Alien. Yes, and Alan Tudyk was also in Firefly. Dave, thank you, brother. Thank you. David was a little upset last week that we did the Thursday show. He was like, "Well, what happened to Friday?"
And now we're on Monday. So he's
Monday.
like, "What the fuck is going on?"
We're all over the place, right? But it's because we're snowed in.
3 shows in 4 days. Is that cabin fever?
3 shows in 4 days. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is cabin fever. Yeah, man. Wow. Okay. Oof. Oh my God. So Calderon, you were snowed in today. Did you do any comic book work?
Yes. I was lettering.
Very good. Very nice. What about you, Tom?
He's not snowed in?
I had a meeting with somebody, which was good. I did some art directing stuff, which was good, and then I watched Borg McEnroe, and that was nice.
Borg McEnroe,
the tennis players.
Oh, Borg McEnroe. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
1980 Wimbledon, sir.
No, I get it.
It's still in the 80s. It counts for where we are tonight. It's in the 80s.
All right. I mean, did they have any? Did they recreate the blow-ups accurately from McEnroe or no?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Who played McEnroe?
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
yeah, he was good.
Okay,
he was good. Shia LaBeouf is a good actor. He's a lunatic, but he's a good actor.
Yeah.
So when he puts it, did you ever see what the fuck is it called? Peanut Butter Falcon that he did. It's an indie film about basically a slow kid who likes wrestling. You might like it because it's a wrestling movie. It's about wrestling, but it's about a kid who's a big wrestling fan, and then he kind of gets into this adventure with Shia, and they go through it.
I like wrestling, but not everything.
No, but I'm saying it might tap that vein enough that you're like, oh, this is all right. It's not like a heavy wrestling movie, but it's.
Oh.
I'm not a mock. I'm not a mock.
You're
not a mock.
Dude, pull out that comic book you showed us the other day.
Not a tumor. Not a tumor.
Mm-hmm. It's in the pile, but yeah. So I bought Wrestle Heist. I'm not going to say I didn't buy Wrestle Heist. I don't know where it is, but I bought Wrestle Heist. I bought Wrestle Heist 1 and 2. I'm not a mock, right? Hell no, bro.
I'm not a
mock. I don't sweat nobody.
You said it yourself. You said it yourself the other day. I'm a mock for this stuff. You said it yourself. Tom, did he not say
said I'm a sucker for commercialism. I didn't say I'm a mock.
You said you were a mark.
I'm not a mock.
It's like when you said you liked Exquisite Courses because it's like a battle royale thing, and I said, yeah, you mark out for that, and he's like, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
You said you were a mark. No, you did.
Listen. We established yesterday in your show that your terminology and my terminology, we have different meanings on it. You know what I mean?
What? I'm repeating what you said. You said you were a mark. That's what you said.
I'm not a mark, bro.
Well, we can go to the videotape. It's recorded. It's online. We can go to the videotape and and check that.
Somebody check it out. All right, here we go. Jared said that I didn't work. Jerry, yes, I did work on comic books today. In your face, Hammer.
So you didn't answer your question. What'd you work on?
I worked on Vicky Sticks number 4.
Because no, but what did you do?
You just skipped over number 3? Not even worried about it?
No, number 3 is with the artist. Number 3 is in the artist. I did scripting for number 4. I did scripting for number 4, and I try to work on a very special ad, print ad for something that I'm working on in the future. Not a little frustrated with my execution of it, but something to be talked about later. Specifically, Jay said, "I'm a mark." Mark, yes, I'm a mark. Yes. What is a mark?
Half man, half hawk.
Manimal. Right, we're in the 80s. Manimal. A mark is somebody who is so involved in a specific genre, that person will spend their money on it, no questions asked, and often blindly.
Blindly is really the key for Mark, for being a mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just that they enjoy it, but just blindly like, oh, it has wrestling. Yes. That's it.
Yes. So, not a mock. All right. And not a
Dude,
mock. I don't
you
buy
said it.
anything wrestling. I don't watch wrestling. Not like I used to. It doesn't do it for me.
Oh, I thought you talked about wrestling for some reason where I thought like you were, plus that you had that comic. I was like, oh, I kind of feel like more like you're into it to some capacity.
I am. I was. My best friend ran a wrestling promotion in New Jersey, so I got to meet a lot of wrestlers after the WWFE
So you got
buyout.
so you got to mark out.
No, I didn't get to mark out. I didn't mark out at all. That's the reason why I was working with him on this stuff, because I didn't mark out. I don't sweat nobody. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What's going on? We already established this. How many creators have I met? Like, hey, nice to meet you. And I don't utilize that to my advantage because I don't mark out. I don't sweat them. I don't blindly follow them for any reason whatsoever.
I feel like just by looking at your video right now, we know what you mark out for.
Yes.
Because you are buying shit where even you were like, yeah, I don't know about this one, but here it is in my collection. That is like the definition of the mark.
Man, okay.
Like you own Son of Satan toy, and that's questionable. It's a questionable choice.
This one,
although I will give you credit for opening it and ruining any perceived value. Like
there is no perceived value. He was.
That's what I'm saying.
$5.99 at Ross. You know what I mean, bro? Where when he came out. Okay, this is why I'm not a mock. All right, because if I was a mock, I would have bought him for the $29.99 he came out released for on Hasbro Pulse, but I didn't. I got him for $5 at Ross. All right, there we go. So
it's good. That's quality. That's good.
Okay,
I approve. I approve.
There you go.
I approve.
Your wife speaketh.
My J is a mark for G.I. Joe. Yes, I am a mark for G.I. Joe. I can't help it.
Really
that is
American hero.
Yeah, man.
I was just watching the original cartoon the other day. I was running through it. I was like,
that's
fuck, this is so good. Like, this is so good. Still
that's
now.
A
it's
tough
still
watch.
It's not. It's not, dude. You cannot tell me that. It is a great cartoon.
Wait till you get past when you get to season 4.
No. I just said the beginning. I'm watching the original miniseries. Fantastic. The second one, the Weather Dominator, fantastic.
Yeah.
When you get to Pyramid of Darkness, it gets a little sloppy. But but as a whole, it's a really good, well done series until that fourth nonsense. We don't even have to talk about
the
that.
Sunbow years were bad.
It really, because if you look at Transformers falls apart after season 2. It just decimates itself.
When Hot Rod took over, it was just 4.
Shows like shows like Mask never really had any peaks or valleys. It was all just kind of a flat line. Like G.I. Joe as a whole, from beginning to end of that original sort of run, really holds up really well the way they did it. Sure, they've got weird episodes, but as a whole, it's a really good, solid, well written overall 80s show.
All right, if
considering all that stuff was made to sell toys at the time,
of course.
It's really, to me, stands above most of those shows. Because like Silverhawks, for example, I like Silverhawks, but like half the show is always the same, like Thunderhawks or Thundercats. You get 5 minutes of the same things, so it kind of suffers a little bit. But G.I. Joe doesn't have any of that, so it's always just like a new adventure.
So the Thundercats reboot in 2011, I think it was pretty good. But they left it on a cliffhanger. That sucked.
That's because no one watched it. Because it was on a weird cable channel and nobody was.
It was on Cartoon Network. Yeah. G.I. Joe Renegades. So around the time that the second movie came out, they trimmed it down. Renegades pretty much became the A-Team. So they took 5 G.I. Joes: Duke, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Roadblock, and Tunnel Rat. Just 5 characters, and the core stories revolved around them. Mm-hmm. Anybody else that was on the team was peppered in extra episode, and they were the A-Team, right? They were the team that was set up that they did something wrong. It was public, so they went into hiding, but they still helped people at the same time. That was a really good series. And when He-Man rebooted in 2011, really?
Design-wise, it was good. Like I can visualize it really well. Design-wise, it was really nice, but it didn't land.
Where was the young Adam?
I don't even remember it was young. Oh, you're right. It was. Yeah, it was Young Adam.
It was a young Adam. Yeah,
but
man.
I remember because I remember the toys were coming out, and I was like, "Fuck, these look really good." And then the show was just like, "I can't watch this."
Yeah, here we go. See, Green Lantern Berg says it. Masters of the Universe. It was pretty good, man. And people shit on the Kevin Smith He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I
Mhm.
liked it. I liked
Mark,
it. I liked it.
Mark, you're seeing a mark.
Not a
Seeing
mark, dude. Not a mark.
You literally like the first, second, third season, and when that trailer hit for the movie, you lost your shit.
Mm.
So that's a
No,
mark.
the filmation stuff didn't do it for me.
Oh,
The
really?
filmation- yeah, no. The filmation stuff didn't do it for me.
Okay. All right.
I think the last good filmation I saw was they hit a nice pocket of storytelling with Flash Gordon. I don't know if you guys saw the filmation Flash Gordon ones.
No.
Came out around the time the movie did. Where Flash Gordon was the quarterback for the New York Jets. Hello.
Was he really in the cartoon?
Yeah, in the movie. Yeah.
Oh, in the movie, yeah, but that didn't translate to the cartoon.
No, they didn't, because I don't think they were able to get the license for
Yeah,
it.
that's a licensing thing.
Yeah. But no, it was really cool, man. And then towards the end of the series, they started getting to the kiddie elements that they were doing with the He-Man stuff, and it was just like, okay, yeah. But other than that, I don't know.
You guys watch any good cartoons? Like any good anime?
Anime? I wasn't an anime guy, bro. Like Vampire Hunter D. I watched
Finger, right?
Messenger.
No.
Tranzor Z is what it was called here.
There you go.
Okay, Messenger. I'll accept Tranzor Z.
It's
no problem. I spent my summers
with Aphrodite and her tit missiles.
There you go. Aphrodite 9 or 10? Aphrodite X, right?
No, she's just Aphrodite. You're thinking of the comic book Aphrodite 9.
Oh, okay.
That's the David Finch Top Cow comic.
Oh, okay.
With the green hair girl.
Green, yep.
Yeah. But no.
Yeah, Aphrodite's just a pink robot with boobs that shoot missiles.
Yeah. 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 Oh man, that was good stuff, man. I mean, as a kid, it was good stuff. I don't know, dude. Because David Flint's in the chat. I saw Bizarre Adventures of JoJo. We did some tape trading. That was
yeah, I wouldn't call that top shelf. That's just,
Well, like some things I try to get into and I can't get into. Like the last thing that I saw was Attack on Titan. I did seasons 1 and 2, and then season 3 was like, what the hell? And I didn't even watch season 4.
I did episode 1 of that and I was done.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying, man. I really struggle with that shit. But people are always like, we got to try this stuff. I'm like, yo, you want to see my list of what I've tried? Like, I've really given this the old college run on some of these things to give it a go, but I just can't. I can't connect with it in any way. It's really hard.
I mean, you saw some of my video library when you came by. I had the Thundercats box set. I have the Batman anime series box set. I have the Hellboy cartoon.
Do you have anything good though?
Yeah, I had some good stuff. I have Kung Fu Hustle over there. I've got
that's a film.
I've got the Johnny Quest Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Doug Wilde, those are good.
Yeah, Talladega Nights is up there. Shit, I got the Fantastic Four cartoon. Damn it.
I mean, as a piece of nostalgia, it was fine.
No, not the 60s one, the other one, the one that came out in the 90s. That season 1 was shitty. Season 2 was really solid.
Nope.
It's on Disney Plus. If you get a chance, check it out.
Mm.
Yeah, man, dude. Season 2 is all Jack Kirby. They start off the first 3 episodes with the Inhuman saga, but they mix in the Frightful Four. They do this monster, this man. Really, really fucking good, dude. Really good. Here we go. Fire Force is my favorite anime. Is that the one that?
What's funny is once we got into the 80s, like there's basically like 5 things that I watched animation wise. It was basically Transformers, G.I. Joe, Robotech, Voltron, and then like Jesus Christ, Thundercats, yeah, Thundercats. So 5, and then Silverhawks when that came around. So there's like those 6 that were that's really like all I did. And then I kind of dabbled in all sorts of other things. Like I said, well, okay, watch a little of this, watch a little of that. Friends of mine were watching stuff, but that was really the end of my sort of cartoon days. Even when we got to like the Batman the animated series, like I watched that, but I mainly just watched that because my friends were watching it. Like I thought it was fine, but I wasn't a mark for it. Like, oh my God, give me more of this fucking Batman shit. Well, I did like Darkwing Duck. That was the only Disney show that I liked that they did. I was never Tailspin or any other stuff, but Darkwing Duck was very fun.
I did kind of remember enjoying the Chippendale stuff. So,
yes, I saw the tweet. I responded to that tweet via that. Yes, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Yeah, that was. There was that Disney afternoon block, right? So it was that. It was Gargoyles at one point, DuckTales. Yeah, but I don't know stuff.
I mean, look, when I start talking about anime, I got to be honest with you. TV shows aren't really my thing. I'm talking about stuff like Totoro, Mononoke, Akira.
I was bored by Akira. I'm sorry. I was bored by Akira.
Nobody's gonna judge you. It's okay if you're bored by it. That's fine. It wasn't for you. That's okay.
They kept doing that one sound right in the score where it was like right and that just
Listen, Japanese stuff does not have great scores. It does not. A lot of that stuff has some weak ass music.
Depends.
Now it gets better as it goes along into like the 90s and newer stuff gets better music. But like the further back you go, the more it's just like there's some violin shit going on and there's like, maybe a little guitar going on, but it's nonsensical music.
What was the live action remake from Scarlett Johansson?
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Mm-hmm. I like that anime. That was solid when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking amazing, right? That invisible fight in the water puddle. That was great. But then it was way too far down the road for the live action one. It was like we'd seen that picked apart in every other movie right now. Akira didn't do it for me. What did we already said the Project Overfiend or whatever? The Overfiend, that shit.
Why would you even bring that up? Why would you even bring that up?
That took me out of it, bro.
I have very vague memories of something called Maddox 01.
Oh yeah,
which was like a big tank thing that did something.
That's an old one, yeah.
Yeah. A friend of mine had that, and he was very into that.
I was talking about Aura Battle at Dunban.
I don't know
right.
What that is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
Oh, no, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like there are movies like Lensman, Nausicaa.
Yeah.
I
know most of that stuff because it came over in comic book form, and I was in a comic book store, so I kept seeing all this stuff. And then Dark Horse, at one point, it was like they got big into it. They were bringing like Guns and Cats and like just all kinds of crap. And they had like manga month. Every February was manga month. So they were celebrating all this stuff and bringing it over. Viz was doing stuff, and so that's mostly where I have a touchstone for most of the stuff you guys talk about. But I never really saw much as far as the actual shows or movies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm with you on that. I mean, some things were introduced to me through the Sci-Fi Channel. Mm-hmm. Where we go? Oh, seeing. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Let's check out the chat. Green Lantern Burks. Tetsuo! That's what it was. Tetsuo. All right. Ghost in the Shell, Ninja Scroll. I remember Ninja Scroll. Yes. Magic 66. I didn't see it. Crime Freeman. I heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Record of Lotus War. Remember that. Macross Plus. Bubblegum Crisis. No. Mad Bull. No. Mm-hmm. Appleseed Gundam.
Many more.
Okay, look.
There's tons of them, but of that list, there's 2 things that I've seen.
Okay.
One's Macross Plus because I was a Robotech fan. The other is I saw Bubblegum Crisis, but it didn't. It should have connected with me, but it didn't at all.
Right.
And then the rest of it, again, I'm aware of it, but I couldn't get into any of it. Didn't mean.
I remember I saw The Last Unicorn. right? Was that was anime or that was
Yeah, that was
Bob
anime.
Bluth? Okay.
Wait, why is that anime? Was that a Japanese thing?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I didn't know
It
that.
was produced. It was co-produced between the Japanese and American firm, or I don't know if it's. I think it was Nirvana, so it was a Canadian firm, but it was animated in Japan.
But it was animated by the
Mm.
same studio that did Thundercats and Silverhawks.
That would be Nirvana. They didn't animate it; they licensed it out, or they farmed it out
They farmed
to
it
the
out.
Japanese. A lot of the animators who worked there, I think, eventually it went over to Studio Ghibli, which is
Okay. Okay. David says, I have all of them in my collection that was listed. All right. Yeah, Dave put me onto a lot of anime. So if it wasn't David, I didn't get into it. But this is not anime, but this was a really nice spiritual successor of Robotech, Exo Squad. I don't know if you guys saw that.
That's not a spiritual successor, baby.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
You only say that because they made the toys using the old Robotech models.
They
and
did.
They put it under the Exo Squad. But the actual Exo Squad thing itself, oh, my computer's about to die. The actual Exo Squad thing itself is not at all Robotech. They just happen to license some of those.
I mean,
those designs
when
to
I say spiritual successor, I mean that it was one continuous story. It was heavy into military tech, and people died in there, just like in Robotech. Right? They died. They did not come back.
Okay.
All
right.
You didn't have the Zentradi. You had
right.
I forgot what they were called. The big I don't know, Herculoids, purple monsters. I don't know. But
I didn't watch that one at all.
Yeah, my favorite American cartoon that had killing was Inhumanoids. That was my favorite.
Oh, okay. But that was part of that whole G.I. Joe set, right? No, it was.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling you, I know because they had
and I just refuse to accept it.
Don't. Geraldo Rivera crossed over with Inhumanoids, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Gem, and something else. I forgot what it was. But it was the same advertising art firm that produced it. It was the Giffen McCall and the Deke studio. They did all of that shit.
As we said when we were kids, Dick.
I know. The first time I saw it on that card, I was just like, "Oh my god!" They said "Dick" on live TV. Ooh, they're so dangerous. Yeah, man. But Inhumanoids was okay, but it went quick, dude. It went quick.
Yeah, it was only one season, maybe.
One season. Yeah.
Well, all of that stuff was designed to sell a toy, though. So if the toy didn't sell, they were just like, "Fuck it, we're out of here."
And sometimes the toys sold after they canceled the series, which kind of sucked. You know, something like Cops. Cops ended after 22 episodes, but they had like 3 waves of figures. So they kept going. That's because the animation studio doing that was not the one doing the Humanoids, G.I. Joe, and stuff like that. That could have kept going. Yeah, but almost everything was a toy tie-in.
Yeah.
You know, Battlestar, not Battlestar, Brave Star, Black Star, He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Inhumanoids, Thundercats.
And then what's crazy is they went back in like the 2000s. They went back and made toys of stuff that didn't get toys before. Like there were Thundar and Herculoid toys that were put out that were amazing. And now they're a fortune if you have those things. Crazy.
They were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But they had no marketing tie-in with that. You know what I mean?
It was just a specialty toy.
Yeah, they did Space Ghost, they did Herculoids, yes. Thundar, Blue Falcon and Dynamite had a set in that line also. They kept the Alex Toth design, right? They were very simple, very bold, great color choices. Yeah, but they're fucking expensive as shit, man.
Yeah, I always kind of look on eBay every now and then just to see if I can find somebody auctioning one that I can maybe snipe for a good price, but no, never. It's always fucking expensive. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that you had to get it when it was out and when it first came out.
Well, we're talking about anime, right? The Dirty Pair, back in 2020, I can't think what the company name is. Company went to Kickstarter to raise funds to dub the entire series of the Dirty Pair, all the movies, all the series, all everything. And it was successful, like really hugely successful. But then COVID came around. The company got absorbed by another company. Crunchyroll then absorbed some of that company. So it's been 6 years since that Kickstarter. And people were like, are we ever getting this thing? And it has just been released like in the last 2 months. And they fucked it up.
Really?
They have 2 discs that have the wrong soundtracks on them. They have 2 discs for the movies that are mislabeled. So the movies are fine, but it's the labels are wrong on the disc. Yeah. And they've put out replacement discs, but they had 6 years to do this and they fucked it up right out of the gate. So, but it did get released, and the people that have gotten it, they say they're happy that they have it because it never existed before. They said that they kind of monkeyed around with the first season as far as the colors, like they really tried to brighten it and get rid of some of the grain, to kind of make it look more modern. Which a lot of people are pissed off. They're like, no, we want it the way that it looked back then. And then, so it's gotten decent reviews, but I found one set on eBay. And it was $600 because apparently as of right now, there is no plans for a mass market release. It is only the Kickstarter people that have it, and that's it. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So they can make their money.
Well, I mean, if they were to put out a real release, fix all the problems, and do a mass market release, I think they'd be fine. Because, I mean, this is stuff that is really hard to find as far as like DVDs or anything.
Right.
Particularly if you want it dubbed. You can always kind of go back and find old Japanese stuff. But a lot of that's expensive too, just to go get the old Japanese stuff. So I think they'd do well if they did it. But as of right now.
Well, Jay, if you're interested, they just recently released Eroski Doji, a full Blu-ray, 4K re-release of Eroski Doji.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that was the one.
Legend of the Overflowing. Not gonna happen with me, bro. I don't need to see. You know what? I'd rather buy Mr. T and the T-Force. Okay, give me that. Give me that, bro. Give me that box set. All right. Shit. Oh my god, dude. Saturday mornings used to be entertaining, man. Right?
I used to remember watching Saturday mornings. Used to be, for the most part, wake up, Godzilla Power Hour. So it was the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla, Hong Kong Fooey, Jan of the Jungle.
I remember that.
All that stuff, and you never knew which one you were going to get except for Godzilla because it was the Godzilla Power. And then they would change out. You'd get Johnny Quest sometimes, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, they did that also. I think they called it the Sunday Funnies or something like that.
Well, it depends on where you were in the country. You get different arrangements of things.
No, but that's when they had the Robotech, not Robotech, excuse me, the RoboCop, the Bigfoot cartoon, and they put in the only airing of that X-Men cartoon, Pride of the X-Men. We never saw it again after that, right? I would show up every Sunday morning. Oh my God, when's the next episode coming on?
Whoa, yeah, that was a big deal back in the bootleg days. You'd get it at the con, like, oh, we got the X-Men cartoon on shitty VHS, and now we can listen to the Australian Wolverine.
Yeah, see, but the Australian Wolverine showed up on Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah, a couple episodes. Yeah,
yeah, man, he was on 2 episodes. He was Australian. I loved it, man. I don't know why.
Why did you enjoy it so much?
He's a mark for Australians.
Probably could be
a mark for Australians because
he was all about Crocodile Dundee. He's all about shrimps on the Barbie,
Road Warrior, maybe.
Yeah, shit. I even watched that show, The Highwayman. Remember The Highwayman?
You're an Australian mark.
I watched The Highwayman, bro. Right, because it had Sam J. Jones from Flash Gordon, and had that guy Jocko, who was the Forster's beer guy. You know what I mean? He had all the big can of Forsters like a keg over his head, right? No, nothing. Come on, Cameron. Come on. Man.
It's funny. It's funny. Here's something we haven't discussed, right? Is like, because I am 7 years older than you, right?
Yeah.
Now that gap,
yeah,
that gap in time, that 7 years, right? I was just watching different things.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I was interested in different things. Like my friend Steve is 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
And the gap in between like the comics that he enjoys and the comics I enjoy are different because of that time period,
Mhm.
right? Like the independent comics that I know and I enjoy came out when I was there. Anything before that, I'm kind of like, it's there, sure. Maybe as a historical thing, I'll go back and look at them. But I'm really mostly interested in stuff that when I was there in that as a kid. But you guys start talking about like Tom's like 4 years younger than me, right? And again, that little gap, just that's where the interests are. Like you start talking about stuff, and I'm like, yeah, you can go choke on that one. And then like it's like it's like Power Rangers. I never got into Power Rangers.
Oh,
I didn't either.
That was beyond me already.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, right? Like, but we know people who would enjoy Power Rangers. It's like what was the first remake Star Wars, the Phantom Menace, right? I was there at the theater to watch that sucker when it first came out. Terrible, right? But there are people who were like 8 and 9 that I spoke to a convention. They love that damn movie. They love Jar Jar Binks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I remember.
Jar Jar Binks just got a comic book put out, by the way.
Look, he's
A one shot written by
Ahmed Best.
correct.
Yep.
Who?
Written by Jar Jar.
The guy who played him.
Oh, the guy who played. Gotcha.
Because he went, dude. Ahmed, did you see the documentary? He went through, like what this girl Rose,
Tico?
Rose Tico, yeah.
Rose Tico went through. He got it far worse, right? Because it was at the onset of it, so they didn't even know how to define it. They just said, he was being too soft. But he actually contemplated suicide, right? And at one point he was like, should I be doing this? Am I doing a good job? And George Lucas took him to the side and he said, if I like it, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Paying
the bills.
But then little by little, he came back because that group you're talking about, that age group, came up, right? And they saw him on some challenge show. I don't know what it was called. Where he was the host.
Right.
They knew him as being the voice of Jar Jar. They loved Jar Jar, so they backed him, and then his stock kept on rising, which is a beautiful story. It never should have happened.
And then he got to be himself as a Jedi in the last movie. So he got to.
He was in the second one.
Oh, it was the Last Jedi, and it was in one of them. Yeah.
No, he and Anthony Daniels showed up in person.
Yeah.
Right, and they try to sell the death sticks to Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker.
Gotcha.
They were chasing that assassin, which was weird. When it came to storytelling, they gave us this one assassin who was like the Boba. Prior to the release, she was touted as the new Boba Fett, right? And then she was killed off in a matter of seconds, and then they gave us 2 more female assassins right after that.
They had toys to sell, brother.
They had toys to sell, right?
Dude, episode 2
right
is nothing but a toy commercial.
It is, bro.
Yeah.
They had the
girl with the big antenna movie
out of her head, right?
Terrible movie.
And
well, she's in the first one. She's in the first one.
She's in the first one.
Or sings in the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
But the rest of episode 2 is just, hey, how many monsters can we get? How many new ships can we get? Jango Fett can we get? It was a toy commercial.
Jango Fett was bad, dude. Jango Fett was so bad, bro.
Yeah, poorly thought out. Yeah.
Oh man. That was so bad. The only good thing was when he got his head chopped off by Sam Jackson. I was like, oh, nice. What's up, Victor? Evening, brother. Okay. He was a Jedi in one of the Disney Plus shows. Yes, he was. He was, but he did some other live stuff before that, Green Lantern Burks. Which is cool that he had that real life redemption arc, right? That Phoenix arc.
Well, and it's the same thing with Hayden Christensen. Not as bad, but Hayden Christensen got shit on for a decade plus.
Yeah.
And then, and then when the Clone Wars came out, again, all those kids were watching all that stuff for a long time. And so Anakin became, forget Hayden Christensen, Anakin became a touchstone for them throughout all of that.
Right.
And so when Hayden finally kind of stepped back into it, he was embraced by all those kids. So they were like, oh my God, we, thank you for coming back and we love you and, whatever. And then when he was in the Ahsoka show, it was just like everybody melted. Like, oh my God.
Part of the show.
Yeah, man.
That's the crazy thing. It was the best part of the show.
I know. Which sucks that the little kid who played Anakin first.
Oh yeah, he went through a lot of problems.
Dude, I think he got arrested and everything. I don't know.
Well, yeah, he went through like the kid from Terminator. It was very similar problems.
Tattoo on his neck,
Face.
Yeah, man. Poor dude. That sucks, man. I'm sorry that happened to him, bro. I really am. But that's fucking that's
Did I ever tell you guys my Anakin Skywalker story?
Wait, you met him?
No. But tangent, parallel. Apparently you don't know the story.
No.
Okay, so here's the story. So this is back when I had my own comic shop way back in the day. And we had a whole bunch of kids would come in and play Magic at after school and all this kind of stuff, and they'd bring their friends. So one day, a whole bunch of them came in, brought their friends, and there was one kid who was clearly not really, he wasn't meshing with the group for whatever reason, right? And I was working on the glass case, and I was putting Star Wars cards in there and messing around with it. And the kid comes over and he's looking through, and it's a bunch of like episode 1 stuff. So it was Anakin and Sebulba and whatever. And so the kid's looking at it and he's like, oh, cool, Star Wars. So I was like, yeah, there's like a card game, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah. I tried out for Anakin. And I was like, well, sure, a million kids tried out for Anakin. Like, I mean, everyone in here could have tried out for Anakin. And he was like, no, I got kind of far in the process, and I got a few callbacks, and it was cool to I got to meet George once and blah, blah. And I was sitting there going like, fuck off. Like, just stop blowing smoke on my ass. But I was like, fine, okay, cool, whatever, kid. And so we just talked Star Wars and stuff and blah blah blah. And then he went back with his friends and whatever. And then I told my friends about this. I was like, this kid came in and blah blah, and I was like he said it like I should know who he was. And they were like, well, who was he? And I was like, I don't know. And then we watched The Sixth Sense, because I'd never seen it before, with Haley Joel Osment. Right? That's who it was. It was Haley Joel Osment. I was like, that's the kid right there. That's who it was, who came in my shop and was just hanging out and playing cards and talking Star Wars. And I was like, holy shit, that's really wild. And then I found out. Yeah, and then I found out. Well, I mean, he wasn't like a gigantic star, at the time. Like, he got more roles later, but like it was just really weird that because I had no idea who he was, because I had never seen The Sixth Sense, so I had no clue. But as soon as I saw him on screen, I was like, "That's that kid."
So he was already famous when he came into the shop. He just never seen the movie.
Yeah, but I'd never seen the movie, so it didn't connect.
Dude, The Sixth Sense was huge, bro.
Yeah, but that doesn't, having a big movie doesn't make you a gigantic star, especially as a kid. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, if Bruce Willis walked in, I would know who Bruce Willis was.
Understood.
But as a kid, I'm not going to know who any of these people are, right? Henry Thomas could have walked in my store. I wouldn't know who he is from E.T., right?
Oh,
from E.T., Henry Thomas? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He didn't do anything again until the one with DiCaprio.
What's that one? I don't know what that one is.
Oh my God, when they were fighting.
Oh, he was Forrest Gump's son. That's right. He played Forrest Gump's son.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, but dude, I See Dead People is one of the most quotable lines ever.
Of course. But the line and the movie is not the same as like locking into an actor, especially a kid.
No, of course it is, especially with that kid.
No,
dude, he was curled up in the covers. I See Dead People. Everybody fucking said it. Everybody knew it.
Again, it's not the line. It's locking in on the kid in his face and knowing, because it's Bruce Willis's movie. He's the guy that's on the screen the most. Okay. So, and him and his wife and whatever. So it's not like it was the kid's movie and he was in the first screen every single frame. Like, no, he's just kind of in there. And if you're not really sort of paying attention to him, then you wouldn't necessarily recognize who he is if he's just walking down the street, a couple of years later.
So did he come back to the shop again after that?
Never saw him again. Never saw him again. The kids, his friends, would come back, but he would never come back. And so to me, it was pretty clear that like he was sort of the odd man out because he was a movie kid and
right. That sucked.
So I agree. I totally agree. And if I had recognized what was going on, I might have had a different, sort of reaction. I might have been a little more like, oh, cool. Tell me more about like that. But it was just so weird and out of the blue that I was like, what are you talking about, kid?
All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to step off to the men's room. Tom, can you just start from the beginning?
I can. So when I had this store.
Yeah, the closest I got to that is after season 1 of Stranger Things, New York Comic Con, Millie Bobby Brown comes to the booth. If my booth in New York Comic Con, and she's like, "Do you have any Stranger Things stuff?" Like, no, sorry, we don't.
Be like, I have strange things, but not stranger things.
And they were like, "Do you know who that was?" No. It was a girl from the show. We're like, but this one had hair. The other girl didn't have hair.
Seth Green, we were at New York Comic Con 3 times. Seth Green came to the Big Dogging booth 3 times.
Oh, nice.
In 3 years. I was not at that booth at any time that he appeared.
He waited for you to leave.
Yeah, he was like, "Is that fucking guy gone? All right, I'll go look at those comics now."
Yeah.
But yeah, every time I'd come, literally, I'd be like, "I'm going to go to the bathroom or I'm going to get something to eat or whatever." I'd come back, and be like, "Yo, Seth Green was just here." Oh, okay. And then next year, "Yo, Seth Green was just here." Ah, son of a bitch. So yeah.
He came.
So Seth, I'm a fan. I've got your Austin Powers toy. I'm a fan. Like, let's talk. We can do things.
You got to go to Joe Fest. He came and he chilled out the booth with us.
Yeah, Joe Fest. Yeah, that makes sense that he'd be there. Yeah.
He was okay. I understand. He was, shaking hands, kissing babies. That's what he was doing. He was showing face.
Yeah, but he's a toy guy.
He's a toy guy. Tom, that line should be a shirt.
What line?
Which line? We spotted a lot of lines. Saying we spotted a lot of lines, brother.
Yeah. Which line?
But yeah, dude. Calhoun, I know you got a famous story, or excuse me, tangentially, nerd celebrity person that you bumped into.
The most. All right, I was at the time. I was like 19 years old. I was working as an office runner. And I was making a delivery, and I was on 59th Street, heading down from 6th Avenue down 5th. Was it 59th Street or 58th Street? What's the one with the there's one of these expensive hotels that are over there.
Yeah, the Central Park, 59.
Right across the street from Central Park. So I'm rushing across, and I don't notice who's coming out of it. Like, I see the hotel doorman telling somebody, come on, you can come. But I like bolt right in front of this guy, and I bump into Mr. T, and he's like, oh. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. He said, "It's okay, little brother," and I just keep going. That's and it was the one time with Mike Tyson. With Mike Tyson, it was like fucking 2-3 in the morning. Me and the guys who were walking through Central Park, because that's what we would do. At 2-3 in the morning, we walked to Central Park, and this was before we even went to Central. It was like 59th Street, all the way up on the west side, close to it was close to, it was on Lexington, I think. And he was just on the street corner, just chilling, and we were like, "Oh shit, look, it's Mike Tyson," and we all said hello, and he said, "What's up?" What's funny was, what I didn't know, or what I didn't realize, was that it was a week before the Buster Douglas fight. And it was like 2 in the morning. He was clubbing. I should have known he was going to get his ass knocked out. Yeah. So
he was out walking his tiger in Central Park.
No. He was clubbing, man. He was out there. No, he was,
that's how Mike Tyson clubs. He's like, "You want to see my tiger?"
Yeah, I guess.
He's got a bunch of stories in the nightclub, bro. One where he defended Rosie Perez's sister was a big one. The nightclub scene in New York City during that time, the fucking 90s.
But he was a nice guy.
Joke, bro. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
he was a nice guy. He really was. Him, Mr. T was a really nice guy. They were real nice.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I've had quite a few celebrity interactions. I can't say anything bad about any of them. Any of them, you know. Yeah, I could, but they weren't celebrities, right? It's usually the ones that are lower on the celeb list that are the.
Well, they're minor celebrities. How about
The C list or the B list?
I don't even think they get to the D list.
Oh, well,
You
then
know
that's
what I
not
mean?
a celebrity. That's just somebody
Yeah.
who was in a commercial.
No. Geek style TV, geek TV. Daily, daily showing. Couple seasons. Yeah, definitely dickish.
I just remember there's a lady from Star Trek. This is at Pittsburgh Comic Con.
Oh.
Daphne and I were there with a couple friends. We're setting up, and it's early in the morning. It's like fucking 7:30, whatever. Yeah. And the guy from Beastmaster, I don't remember the gentleman's name.
Yeah, he was from V. Mark Singer.
Yes, nice dude. Comes over. Hey, how you doing, guy? Really nice guy. I mean, super sweetheart, right? Really nice guy. He's sitting next to some lady from Star Trek.
Okay.
This woman is tripping on her phone. Like she is bugging the fuck out on somebody. Okay. And I mean, she is loud and she's cussing out. I mean, she is cursing out somebody. Okay. Maybe her agent. I don't know who it was, but she was cursing out somebody. And she was just like packing up her stuff or her bag or whatever. And Mark Singer came over and he was helping. He was a very, very nice guy. But that was one angry woman. Now, she wasn't bad to me or anybody else around her. It was just whoever was on their phone, she was pissed at.
Why are there green M&Ms in my bowl?
I have no freaking idea. That lady was pissed. I was just like, okay. Stay clear of that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some people are cool, some people are dicks, right?
I don't really know if she was somebody pissed off. I mean, it can happen to anybody. You get mad on the phone with.
Yeah, if she wasn't being mad at like a fan, that's a different
right.
Sort of situation.
She wasn't being mad or angry at anybody. Whoever the frick was on the other side of that phone was who she was pissing at.
There you go, William.
No, it was not Whoopi Goldberg. It was a lady from DS9. She played.
Not a visitor.
No.
Number two, the one that had
Terry Farrell.
The one that had the freckles down her back.
No, not Terry. No, not the main crew. She was the wife.
Oh, man.
To the bartender's brother.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Ferengi dude that he had the human wife.
Yes. I don't know if she was human or some other race, but yeah, that's her.
Wow.
Yeah, she was tripping. But like I said, she wasn't being nasty at any fans or anything. She was just like upset at something that happened. I mean, it's probably her manager. Who the hell knows? She might have been a perfectly nice lady. Who knows?
Green M&Ms, man. Green M&Ms, bro. That's what it comes down to.
Could be.
Shit, bro. Damn.
It's in her contract. Taking those green M&Ms out.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, Mark Singer was a really nice guy, though.
Okay. No, I've heard a lot of good things about him. That's the con circuit, though. Some people understand that they're breathing rarefied air. Some people understand this is the only time I'm going to make money anymore. And some people just don't fucking get it, right? Mm-hmm. Some people are just fucking lost and believe their shit doesn't stink anymore and try to go for it. And it doesn't work for them, man. It doesn't fucking work for them. They don't hit the circuit long. Right?
Yep.
But, Seth Green and Haley Joel Osment, apparently, Tom, did you see that? They were friends.
Yeah.
They were friends.
Haley was like, hey, no, just don't go when he's there. Just make sure Tom's not there. Screw that guy.
Fucked it up, buddy. You fucked up the connection for all of us, Tom.
Yeah.
For all of us.
Yeah. It is what it is.
You know. Oh,
Sorry.
man. Yeah, there were no conventions over here. Thank God this weekend, right? They would have been fucked up in New York.
No. Still that time of year where it's kind of deadish for that sort of thing. Pick up
Well, that's
March, April.
that's where this stupid guy comes in, and it was the year prior to the pandemic, right? The weekend that Kobe Bryant passed away, that I ran the convention, right? And it was June. I took a chance because that venue was, I don't know, about $15,000 cheaper than it would have been outside of the wintertime. You know, and you learn how to deal with celebrities there, or excuse me, the celebrities on the nerd circuit. And again, some of them are cool, and some of them are fucking douchey. Some of them want those green M&Ms.
So I mean, do you just think, are they just full of themselves, or like, you know, they just think they're bigger or higher up on the totem pole than they really are?
I think they think they're higher up on the totem pole than they really are.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that's unfortunately life, right? It's life, man. Some comic creators are like that, dude. You know, the ones that really don't have the stroke are the ones that are. Some of them could be fucking douchey.
Well, I mean, all right, like let's talk about some professionals that we might have run into, right? Like John Byrne is one we always hear, because sometimes, like I said, the one thing I always heard about John Byrne was you can get one of two Johns. He's either in a good mood or he's not. And if he's not, you probably don't want to be anywhere near him, or he's just gonna sign your book and throw it at you, and you know he's gonna be like, get away from me.
That's fucked up.
I mean, he just had to move. I don't know. The dude might be bipolar. Who the hell knows, right?
I had a bad experience with Mark Carlin. That's all I'll say.
Okay. So, well, hold on. Well, with John Byrne, though, I've met him a few times. I've got his signature a few times. For the most part, it's just, you know, there's a line. So he doesn't have time. You just put your book in front of him, he signs it, gives it to you, you move on. Like, it wasn't even like you don't have any time to be like, hey, how you doing? None of that bullshit, right?
Right.
I've said this story before, right? A couple of my friends, Matt and Donnie, go over to see him, and they're like, Mr. Byrne, you know, we're coming in out of New York. This was Pittsburgh Comic-Con. He was like, we're just coming out of New York. We didn't know you were going to be here, you know. And Dreamweavers #2 had just come out, and it was 93. Okay. And Matthew presents it to John Byrne. John Byrne looks through it. He said, oh, this is really nice, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, they gave him the copy. He said, oh, thank you. And he asked Matthew to sign it. Matthew signed it for him. And he said, do you guys have anything for me to sign? And they were like, you know, we didn't even know you were going to be here. We're coming out of New York, blah, 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 whatever. And he reaches underneath his table and he pulls out 2 comics. He had a whole case of them. He said, a retailer just gave me a case of these. And it was the first issue of his long run on Fantastic Four. Oh. So the one with, is it Diablo? Where the Fantastic Four, like, it has the flame, yeah. With the Fantastic Four upside down. So he took out 2 copies, signed it, gave it to them. And let me tell you, these 2 dudes floated back to the table. Like, they floated. They were not walking, they were floating. Uh-huh. They were like they've been touched by the hand of God. Like, they were just coming back and they were like, look what he gave us. I was just like, oh, wow. I mean, and it was cool. It was cool. So John Byrne will always have a soft spot. I will always have a soft spot for Mr. Byrne.
Okay.
Because of that.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you said you like signatures.
Yeah, like most of them, like, but I mean, like, it depends who it is. Like, Bill Willingham's always been good to me. The one the Tim Sale one was hilarious because I bought him I purchased an art book they had done from years ago, and I remember it was a Boston Comic-Con. He signed it for me, and he did a remark in it, and it was like this Batman thing. Okay. And I grab it, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And I take it and I go. And then I see some other guy walking through the house. He's like, yo, I just had Tim Sale sign this for me. He opens it up, and it's the same remark. It was the same thing. So it was just, he just did it so nobody would ask him to do anything other. You know what I mean? Like, he just did it without even thinking about it. There it is. Okay. So he automatically got a sketch. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Stan Sakai would only draw one version of Usagi Yojimbo.
Okay.
So like there were no variations. He did one, like the same exact figure, pose, everything, every time for a sketch.
What he did when I got a Sakai sketch, there was a few of us in line, me and a couple of friends. Hey, you sketch, yeah. When we came back the next day, he had like 6 of them, and he was like, "Pick what you want," because like he had different, like one had sword, one had like a bow, one had like all this kind of shit, and he was like, "Just pick which one you want."
Right.
I was like, "All right, give me that one." So yeah, and it was a really great sketch too. It was really good. This would have been like 93 or something like that. So yeah,
Larry Hama used to do sketches for free. He would
a lot of them.
He would just do it and leave it on the table.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Congratulations.
One time at San Diego, I had a book by Charles Vess, and he signed it for me. And he was like, "Do you want a sketch on it?" And I was like at the time, it never even like occurred to me because this was a long time. It was in the 90s, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he drew an eyeball on it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." It was just fucking hilarious because it was literally an eyeball. I was just like, okay.
Peter David one. I was who was he with? Maybe he was with Dale Keown. I don't know, but he was upset that Dale was able to make, or whoever the artist was able to make money off of drawing, and he was like, "Well, I'm a writer. What am I supposed to do? Like print off pages of my script and sell them?" And so then when he was there, he got somebody had a sketchbook and he did the sketch, whatever, and then Peter was like, "Give me that sketchbook," and he took it, put it down, went to the next page, took a pencil and went pew 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 pew, wrote a whole bunch of lines, and he was like, "There, the Flash, take that home." And I was like, "Okay." And the dude was just like, "That's cool. I'll take that home. That's fine."
I remember he was selling scripts when I saw him.
Sure, yeah. I think he was, well, there's that, and now there's guys that have been doing, like, they'll get a guy to draw a picture and they'll put a word balloon that's blank on it. And so whenever someone buys the print from them, they'll do a custom word balloon because they're a writer. So they're selling someone else's art, but they're writing something into the word balloon. So you get a custom thing that way.
Yeah. Well, for a little while, as one of my levels when I was doing Kickstarter, I had covers printed with just lines on it, and I would just write a story.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing that for a while. I sold a bunch of those.
Okay.
Then I completed Oswald, and I was like, all right, I know what to do.
Shit, I gotta start doing fucking sketches.
Well, believe it or not, that's one of the things I heard a lot of. Well, that was Tyler James in his course. He always suggests, if you're a writer, try to come up with a simple sketch of your character that you could do. Like, for myself, he was like, just do simple mouse ears, whatever, just like the most basic forms, so you could just, there you go.
Yeah, well, especially now in the days of the remarks,
Right.
You can be like, hey, I'll do everybody's charging $100 for remark. You can be like, I'll do $10.
Exactly. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could do the shield for the interceptor. Yeah, I could do that.
Look at Rosario taking notes right now.
He's taking notes.
Taking notes. I'm trying to work on the sketch. I'm trying to work on it. Here we go. Da da da.
I mean, they might see what the thing is. If you give them that, they might ask for their money back.
Yeah, like, there's crap all over this cover now.
He fucked it up.
Shit. I gotta do better. I'll keep going. This is a great time to practice. How many times do I see people on the stream just doing fucking artwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, here we go. Sing. Just practice. Ever see Tom's King's sketches? I don't know. I didn't know he did them.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Just practice on doing sketches. I didn't know at all.
Yeah,
I don't know at all. Okay. Here we go, Jay. I already spent 30 minutes with each customer. Now I had a sketch on top of that. Right.
Dang it.
Oh, yeah. The team knows me too well. They know me too well, baby. Yes. I'll leave Granda on the table to do the sketches. I know. I suck at it. They're all stick figures. Um, shit. Okay. Yeah, I suck at it. Fuck it. All right, so no sketches. No sketches.
I've done a few sketches. There was one guy, speaking of stick figures, that was his whole shtick. Is his entire book was stick figures. He was asking people to do stick figures. Like, okay, you may be an artist, but all I want is a stick figure. So, he had me do one, and that was fun. That was an interesting little thing to do. I did do a sketch cover for somebody once. Ursa Minor, they had a blank sketch cover. Like, you draw it. I was like, I mean, you want that? So I did that, and I've been in a couple of just random sketchbooks, but most of the time when they're like, "Hey, can you give me a sketch?" I'm like, I can write something.
Yeah.
You don't want me to be drawn in that and bring the value down of whatever else is in there.
You know, I used to say that. I used to say, "Oh, you don't want me to sign your book, right? I'll just bring down the value." And then I'm at a con, and my cousin's with me, and he says, "Dude, you know, our grandfather would kill to see his name being signed all over the place. Don't think like that at all." And it changed my whole outlook on it. You know,
Well,
so,
when I started BDI, I had a friend of mine. We were getting ready for a con,
Right.
and I realized, like, I don't want to sign my name like I sign my checks, right? So I was like, I need a convention signature, and so I took a pad of paper and I just started writing my name in all kinds of weird fucking ways. Some of it's calligraphy, some of it's just like, writing. And he was like, "Nobody wants your signature," and I was like, "You watch." As soon as somebody buys this thing, they're gonna be like, "Will you sign this for me?" And I will be prepared. And that's exactly what happened. We did the con, and people were asking for signatures, and he was like, "God damn, all right."
yeah. Yeah, you got to do it differently than you sign your checks, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and my signature has really evolved. Like, it was really, I used to do it really tiny. Like, I'd find a spot that wouldn't like obstruct a lot of the art. I'd be like, okay, Tom, like in this little tiny spot. And then but I would always kind of, when I did the N, I would always kind of like swing it back and put like a little devil tail on the end of it, because most of the time I was selling Penny for Your Soul. So I'd put a little devil tail on. And then so the first evolution was, I realized, okay, I'm not going to put the devil tail on all my books. I'm only going to sign the devil tail on the penny books. Doesn't make sense to put it on Critter or Oz or whatever else. So that was sort of the first modification. Like, oh, we'll make the penny books have the little devil tail. And then it got a little bit bigger because I was like, all right, whatever. And it was very spelled out. It was a design sense, but it was very spelled out, like, all the way. And then it got a little bit bigger because I was like, all right, I need to just, it's easier to just make it bigger, and especially with the swirl and the tail and everything. So that was sort of the first evolution. Second evolution is it got bigger. And then there was a time when we were doing, what do you call those things? Book plates. And I just had to sign like 200 book plates. Oh, wow. And so I was signing it, but I was signing so many, and it was going so fast that it started to alter the muscle memory in how I was doing it. So if you looked at the first one I did and you looked at the last one I did, it completely modified from beginning to end until I had a new, faster, more swirly, just get it done signature. Yeah. And so it's changed over the years. And every now and then I'll see a book of mine online. It'll be signed by Tom, and it's like the tiny little signature on it. And I'm like, oh, that's like vintage signature, man. Like, somebody go get that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing mine to make a little bit more artsy, right? Throw something on there, because mine is like you, just whip, and then I do a big J and then a big O, and it's squiggly lines in the middle of it.
You know, it's funny. I do something weird with my signature. Is a giant J with a C or whatever. But it's funny to hear someone like Todd McFarlane talk about it, because he says he signs it so that you can read it and always know it's him.
Yeah.
Right. And it's something I've always considered, but I'm like, my name is just friggin' long. Like,
but that also allows for more ability to forge it too. The more sort of normal it is, so there is that. Right. But
yeah,
not that anyone's going to forge our signatures, but
Well, here we go. We got the missus chiming in. She says this lady at a con did a sketch card of crappy drawings and she had a line.
That-
Sometimes it's they generate that following. You know,
Sam Keith. Have you seen Sam Keith's signature? But when he signs in person, he does the exact signature that's on the comic, like that thing. And I'd see people get mad because they want like a signature, not just like a duplicate of what's already on the cover, like the weird, however he does it. So
I like Walter Simonson's dinosaur signature.
I've not seen that.
I've never seen it.
Walter Simonson, when he signs a Simonson, he signs it like a dinosaur.
I haven't seen a signature. Never seen a signature.
Really? Okay.
The big O that has the line goes through the middle.
If you look at it, it's a brontosaurus.
Oh! I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. I thought you meant like he did something different in person. No. You're Now I'm with you. Yeah. Now
when I was a kid, he had signed a bunch of books for me, and he explained to me and my friend that he signs it like that because he likes dinosaurs, and he was like, so this way he's always drawing a dinosaur.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine who was he was a mark for Green Lantern. There's no question about it. He was a mark for Green Lantern. So he met Walt Simonson. This would have been back in like the fucking 80s, early 90s. And he had Walt Simonson do him a sketch of a T-Rex if the T-Rex was a Green Lantern. So it had like the suit on and had the little claws with the ring and stuff. And
Right.
I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm thinking now. I'll just change my signature. Forget about the remark. Forget about trying to do a shield because, like Tom said, I can't do it on Vicky Sticks, right? It would only be on the Shield and Interceptor books. I could do a little artsy fartsy signature. Yeah, Bill said
make it. I think that the trick though is to make it so that you can still do it relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, none of us have lines that we have to really worry about, but at the same time, you don't want to be like calligraphy, like
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We still gotta. What do you mean we got lines that we gotta worry about? We got lines, baby. We got fucking lines, man. I've
had lines a couple of times, like honest to God lines a couple of times, but few and far between.
We had a few moments this year at New York Comic Con where it was just between the four of us. It was too much to handle. I was like, oh my God, this was great, right? We lost business, but we were jamming, right? And that's a nice fucking moment, man. That's a nice fucking moment.
Mm-hmm.
If Ron was still here in the chat, he'd definitely be able to chime in. He saw it. Thank you, baby. Thank you.
We were in Chicago somewhere. We had a booth. It was a weird situation because we had a booth down on the end. We had our corner booth, but then the booth next to us, I don't remember if they didn't show up or if they left early. Something happened where like on Saturday, they weren't there. So we just took books and spread books out on the table next to them to kind of lead people into us. And so what happened was people would come by, they'd get a book, and we'd be like, hey, Tom's down there. Would you like him to sign it? And they'd be like, yeah, awesome. And then that just sort of like accumulated. It was like traffic in Los Angeles. Like somebody stopped behind him, somebody stopped behind him, somebody stopped behind him. All of a sudden there's like 30 people, they're like, what the fuck are we doing? They're like, oh, Tom's signing. Like, oh, okay, cool. And then they all grabbed a book and it was just like this flow of stuff. I was like, yo, that was insane. But it worked. So
dude, that's the gimmick for us at cons, bro. That's why I want the corner booth, because what we do is somebody's always taking a picture of a cosplayer, whether it's a good-looking girl, a good-looking costume, a little kid, something that's just awesome. You get them to stop at the booth and you take a picture of them. You fumble with the camera. You take your time setting up the shot, right? While you're doing that, the crowd forms. When the crowd forms, everybody else on the team, once they make eye contact, they start picking them off. Boom, 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 boom. We lock it in. We complete the sale. We go down the chain. People see you signing. People see you buying stuff, right? And they're like, what's going on? What's going on?
Rosario admitting to scamming people out.
No, we're not scamming nothing. I said it's the gimmick. It's the gimmick.
I don't know. Sounds pretty sus.
We cause our traffic jam. Hey, it works. How do you think we got to make money in New York Comic Con, man? You think those booths are cheap? That's a $2,500 booth, man. Shit. We got to make money. We got to make money, man. Oh yeah. And I wanted to get a 10 by 10.
I think the correct piece of advice is like there's some things probably you shouldn't share.
Why don't you just get a girl to be
Vicky
Betsy? No, with the torch.
We got Betsy. Yeah. Well, we got somebody who's going to be Vicky this year, right? But she's a cosplayer, so she's going to do other days, right? Sure. And then we come down to: are we paying this person? Are we paying this person legitimate? Are we giving them breaks? Are they going to have a half a day? Are they only going to be doing this for a couple hours? You know, how long are they? What's up?
Have you figured it out yet?
No, I haven't.
And have you hired somebody?
Hired her? No, but we have been talking. Right. We've been talking. You know.
Have you asked her? Does she have a rate?
She was the one that. Oh, did I ask her if she had a rate?
Yeah, no, rate. Yeah,
I didn't. You know, but that's one more thing I got to factor in, right? Am I paying her with this a pass for the 4 days? Am I paying her outright in cash? Right? Mm-hmm. Yes, Chumpy.
Well, you here's the thing: is you want her at the booth. You don't want her there for 2 hours. You want her at the booth.
No. I want her there. I mean?
Yeah, right. So you pay her. You say, "Oh, look, you." I mean, obviously, she can go get lunch. You can give her a break for a while, go roam the con. But you want her there, so pay her, give her the ticket, of course, get her in, and then look, we need you here from 10 to 2, and then you can have an hour off, and then we need you from 3 to whatever it is, and here's what we'll pay.
Yeah, I would suggest following all of New York State labor laws.
Yeah,
that's what I would suggest.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
$2.50 breaks, hour lunch, so on and so forth.
Right, and then $250, 4 days. That's $1,000.
Yeah, but if you're already telling me that some random cosplayer can show up and cause a traffic jam, then your character, especially if it's Betsy, because everyone's going to want a picture with the zombie Statue of Liberty, then that's you're paying for your traffic jam.
There we go.
Right, and what you do is you charge for every picture taken.
Correct. Yeah. Or it's even better. It's free picture with every purchase of the book.
There you go.
Okay.
So Betsy will be out there. Now people are going to snap some candids, of course. You can't really dodge that. But the people that want to like pose with her and stuff, you'll be like, well, Betsy takes her picture with people that buy the book.
See, I wanted to do something else. I wanted to create an experience. I wanted to have a zombie backdrop with them walking down the Brooklyn Bridge. And then I wanted to put cutouts of zombies in front. So they just walk in and boom, it's a little experience. And then to the right of it was going to be the
you're going to get the entire corner?
Yeah, see, but to do what I want to do that situation, I need a 10 by 10. I can't do that at a 6 by 8.
No, I thought you were going to get the entire corner, like the 10 by 20.
That would be nice too. Yeah. That would be nice too, but that's too expensive. That's a $10,000 booth, dude. Almost.
Yeah.
Right. Depending on the location.
Well, if it's 25 for one, it should only be another 25 for the other.
Again, depending on where you are. Small press, it's cheaper. Right.
Sure, of course.
In one of the other 3 areas of the because the small press is underneath the Crystal Palace, right? So it doesn't have the 60-foot ceilings that the other 3 rooms have. Excuse me, the other 4 rooms have now. It's maybe a 12, 18-foot ceiling. So the tables there for small press are cheaper than they are going to be in the other areas. But no, I would. We experienced it this year. We're running out of space. We got too much product. We got way too much product.
Well, sell it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
No, we're selling it. We display way too much product. So
you got it. You haven't sold it.
You got to start the whole booth with one section with a sign that says sold out. And everybody's like, fuck, they're already sold out? Give me the rest of your stuff.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
You can take that, put that on your notes.
There you go. That'll go with the other thingy that he's doing.
Wow, that's cool, dude. That's so wrong. Yeah, and we learned a few other tricks this year when we're setting up the booth to try to generate more space. We did
tricks.
No, not that kind of tricks. Here we go. We got Green Island Burks. What's the starting point for Unsty? I don't know.
That's a typo.
Yeah.
What's going on there, Burks?
Yeah, tell me. Get back to me on that one, brother. But yeah, going back to Champe. Oh, what's the starting point for Unstoppable Comics? Things started for me with the Storm Chasers, dude. They started with the Storm Chasers, and they spun off from the Storm Chasers to Curse of the Dragon Storm to Shield of the Interceptor. Then we did other things like Unstoppable Origins, which highlighted some of the origin stories of some of the characters in the Storm Chasers. Then we had the character guide, which we gave away 2 episodes ago, right, to a couple of lucky backers.
Gave away.
Awarded. It's part of their rewards.
Emailed.
So then, from there, I started to explore other things like New York versus the World, which is the zombie story. It has nothing to do with the Storm Chaser stuff. And Vicky Styx, it's within the universe, but there's no crossover yet. She just has her own corner of Unstoppable Comics. So yeah,
why don't you do New York versus Buffalo? So you don't like Buffalo.
Make it I like Buffalo.
You could have Buffalo. You told me you ate Buffalo. You were like, "No, we're not going to Buffalo. Buffalo's."
I did Buffalo.
Go back to the tape. There was a distinct "I don't like Buffalo" moment.
I like Buffalo.
Again, constantly contradicting yourself.
I know. I liked Buffalo. Certain things I did not like.
You could have
Buffalo.
You could have the zombie buffaloes, not the zombie buffaloes, the Buffalo zombies and the New York zombies, and they meet in the middle, and they have a zombie fight for all of New York.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Or zombie buffaloes. You could do zombie buffaloes. Exactly. Whatever you want to do.
On the West.
Shit, I want to show you guys an image. I can't show it to you. Can I show it to you? I can show it to you. I'll show it to you.
Zombie buffaloes.
Yeah. No, zombie buffaloes, nothing. Thanks for asking. Real Aaron Burks. When is Magi Vicky Critter crossover happening?
Well, there's the Magi, Vicky, and Gale crossover that's on the back of the trading cards.
That's right.
There you go.
So that's already happening. So make sure you get all those trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
This is the second time I've done this too, and both times it's been with Gale. So the first time is we did a crossover print for a con that we did, and it was Joe Benitez did the art, and it was Gale, it was Lady Mechanica, it was Tony Chu from Chu, and it was Raven Gregory's character, White Widow or something. So there was that crossover done by Joe Benitez. That was the first time we got to do that kind of stuff, which was cool. Actually, no, that was the second time that happened. The first time was when I was at Aspen. When we came over to Aspen and we did San Diego for the first time, they did a crossover cover with three BDI characters, Critter, Scheherazade, and Gale. And then on the other side, it was Fathom and Soulfire and who was the third one? I don't remember who the third one was, but they did that for a San Diego Con exclusive. So we did that, which was cool. Those are very hard to find too.
How far back was that?
That would have been 2015-ish, 15 or 16.
Okay, so yeah, more than 10 years ago. Shit. Okay, here we go. Katrina. Oh hey, I made it home in time. Hi fellas. What's up, Katrina? Lorraine, so are you doing zombie bison or zombie water buffalo?
There is a difference.
There is a difference. I know.
Yeah.
I got to think about that one. Seems like Penny or Ursa would be the better BDI book for that crossover. Ooh.
You could definitely do a Naomi Werebear crossover.
Yeah, definitely with yeah, definitely, because that's all magical, supernatural. Yeah, on both sides. Right? Is Magi a hunter?
Magi is a hunter.
Ah,
He's also known as something called a chamber, but that's different though.
see, you lost me, kid. You lost
It's
me.
something in the mythos of the characters. Basically, what it is he can tap into the power of heaven.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you just sent me or why.
You said you were talking about zombie stuff, so I just sent you an image of some zombie stuff. The second one, the Interceptor one, is different. That stuff. If Champe's watching, still, I send them the images that you sent me. But we got zombie superheroes around Vicky, so that's.
So you're just ripping off Marvel Zombies.
Listen,
you're just a hack writer now.
He illustrated it. I didn't write it. I didn't write it at all. This was all his impetus. Okay, but I like the way one of those images looked. Yeah. I can't say anything about crossovers, buddy. Sorry. All I can say is that the card crossover is very cool. Speaking of the card crossover, ladies and gentlemen, for those who have not gotten their hands on it, we got a card crossover going on right now, and it involves at least 3 campaigns, one of which is mine over here with the Dead Princess Vicky Sticks. So this is the card crossover that we've been talking about. All right. 3 of the 9 cards have already been unlocked. One has been unlocked with the Dead Princess Vicky Sticks. One has been unlocked with Dreamweavers. And one has been unlocked with Ginger's Quest over there on the Legend of Oz, right? Is Ginger's Quest the main title or the subheader?
Well, that's the subheader, yeah.
That's the subheader.
It's the arc. This is the title of the arc, yeah.
Okay. So if anyone is looking to get their hands on these cards that are part of the crossover, head on over to each one of our campaigns, and you can follow the links to all 3 of them. Tom's has already ended, but you can still pick up the card in late pledges. And with mine, well, Vicky Sticks is still going on. Dreamweavers is going on for how much longer there, Calderon?
You got another 6 days.
6 more days. And then we got how many here? 18, 19, 17 days with mine. All right. So these are only 3 of 9. The other 6 will be released throughout the year with other people's campaigns.
Cool. Very nice.
Let me take that off.
Yeah, our next card, my second card will be in May for Goth Day.
Okay.
That'll be my second card.
When is Marvin launching? Is he launching sooner?
Marvin is like March. He's looking at March, April. Yeah.
Yeah, so the 4th card is coming up soon, folks. Look at that. Look at that, Tom. That's very nice, man. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's Fathom. That's Critter. That's I don't know who the Angel Wing girl is.
That's Soulfire.
Soulfire. Okay. There's Gale. Is this Mechanica? No,
that's Scheherazade.
Scheherazade. Okay.
Yeah,
and who's
so
the
Critter,
lightsaber?
Gale, and Scheherazade on the right, and then Aspen Matthews and Kiani and Soulfire on the left.
I don't know who Kiani is.
That's one of the Aspen characters, one of the actual Aspen book characters.
Oh, okay.
One of the underwater people.
Gotcha. Okay. Did I put out any more of that?
They did an Aspen book a couple of years ago, but they haven't been doing much new stuff since COVID.
Like for their own or at all?
At all.
Really?
Yeah. They've been putting out some art books and stuff, but as far as like actual comics, not much at all.
Wow. Shit.
Are they with Lunar or one of the other companies?
They're not making books, so I don't know that they're with anybody. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because Zenesco finally signed up with Universal. So
Mm.
And then here is Calderon's campaign, folks. The Dreamweaver.
Yep.
He's got 6 days.
Yep. 6 more days. This is a catch-up campaign. So if you missed it the first time, you get it this time. And basically, it's the stories about 4 kids. Whenever they go to sleep, they wake up as these 4 characters and 4 role-playing game characters, and they're fighting demons. And this lady, who you just happen to be seeing a lot of, is Magique, and she's one of the lead demons in the story.
Okay.
And these are some of the pages from the book. The book was something I released originally in '92. It was in black and white. We colored it, remastered it, relettered the whole thing, and it has a whole new.
I gotta step away for a second, guys. I'll be right back. Keep going.
Fine.
All right. Somebody's ringing the bell at 10 o'clock.
Oh, jeez.
Right back.
Yeah, 10 o'clock at night, brother.
10 o'clock at night in a snowstorm. Someone's ringing the bell.
Seriously.
This is how horror movies start.
Right
now. So what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise.
Anyway.
So I joined your. I got an invitation for your 80s indie group.
Oh, Pacific to Eternity?
Yeah. So I joined that today.
Yeah.
So when do I get my membership card, or what
it's in the mail.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. But
Jay's got it.
Jay's got it. So so it's we don't know when you're gonna get it. So
oh my God.
That's one of my favorite groups, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Well, somebody invited me to something. I get invited all the time to groups.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, but I clicked on it to click off of it, but it opened up a page of like, by the way, here's 50 people that have invited you to shit. And and the next one right under it was like Calderon, and I was like, oh, what is this? So
yeah.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. It's all just 80s indie comics, see, get all the weird stuff in there. Elf Lord, Dragon Force.
Yeah, I really have no connection to much of that stuff, because when I was into comics in the 80s for sure, but I was not. I don't know if it was because I was buying stuff where that stuff didn't exist, or if it was just like so far out of my like knowledge base of like, I don't know what the fuck that is, so I'm not gonna bother with it. But now you say those things, and now I know what they are. I remember like Whisper, like old Norm Brayfogle Whisper, and things like that. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Eagle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, because I started collecting like the late 70s, so it was like 78, 76, 77, 78, somewhere around there. But my first comic store visit was probably like in 79. And that's where I was introduced, to Jack Kirby's Captain Victory, and then went on from there. And then the black and white boom happened, and then I was there for all of that stuff, so I got to see a bunch of that stuff, and I just gravitated to it. Everything okay, Jay?
You got to be a certain kind of scumbag to order food at 10 o'clock at night during a fucking snowstorm. You really got to be a fucking scumbag, bro.
So why did you do that?
I did not fucking do that. I did not do that. I feel bad. The guy's ringing a bell, and motherfucker's freezing because it's snowing, but he's at the wrong building. And it's like our buildings go 55, 45, 65, and he's in the wrong one. But it's a fucking snowstorm. How fucking hungry are you at 10 o'clock at fucking night that you got to order fucking McDonald's, bro?
Well, here's the thing.
McDonald's is not close to here, bro.
Here's the thing. If it's DoorDash, he's paying like 3 times or 4 times whatever it would normally cost him.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, he's probably paying close to $30 for that.
Poor dude's on his little fucking electric scooter.
50 or $60
at this time of night. Really?
Yeah,
it's a premium.
Yeah, like it's funny. I was having this conversation with a coworker at work. Now, mind you, we're Midtown Manhattan. This was before the snowstorm, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking of ordering McDonald's." And she looks at DoorDash, and it's like $45. McDonald's is 2 blocks away from us. 2 blocks. And she was like, she contemplated. She says, "No, I woke up." Then I see her later. I was like, "Well, how much was the McDonald's?" She was like $7 where she bought it at McDonald's because it was like some special. And I was like, but DoorDash was like $45 to get it to her.
Yeah. Bro, from here, McDonald's is about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
So it's the middle of the fucking night. My man's on his little electric scooter, freezing his fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And he got sent to the wrong fucking building.
We're creating a society of servers. Like that's all we're doing now is we're creating a society of servers. Like there's always, hey, you need something delivered, I'll find a way to deliver it for you. Like it's such a bizarre. Like I go to a McDonald's or a Taco Bell or whatever, and I can't even comprehend the amount of people that are just walking in. Yeah. Now sometimes they're just ordering from themselves for sure. It's just like a pickup. I that's fine. But way too many times you can see like this is a guy who's, hey, I'm here to pick up this thing for somebody. I'm like, oh my God, this is way too serious.
Bro, the fucking bagel shops by me, you see them just run in with the phone, like, slow the fuck down, bro. Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah. Even my it's 3/4 of a mile, the market that's up on the lake here, they now have a sign that say we deliver through Uber now. I'm like, what are we doing? This is crazy.
Dude, but now the thing is, we're teaching that they have not been taught financial responsibilities, right? They if they're spending $45 on something that cost them $7, come on. No, I mean, first of all, you're ordering the food at fucking 10 o'clock at night. You were home all fucking day. Nobody went out. There was a lockdown. All right. You could have fucking made something earlier. You really fucking could have. And then you're spending 45 fucking bucks on a $7 fucking burger or something.
You should have just took the food. Thank you. Thanks. The most delicious $50 Big Mac.
Then, but then here we are. We're trying to sell our books, at a premium also. So I gotta write that in.
We are also servers.
Yeah, but we don't have prices that it's like, well, it's Saturday at 3:00 and our prices are now twice as much. Right. Like,
we used to do that on Fridays.
Surge pricing.
In the city, surge pricing was never new, right? We had a dinner menu, we had a weekend menu, and we had a special events menu. It was all the same fucking menu. It was just different prices on the fucking menu. It was less items too that you can order. But here we go. Xenon was my first manga in the 80s. The first comic book shop I went to, I bought, I'll never forget, X Factor number 42 or 41.
Damn. Was that one of the Arthur Adams ones?
That was one of the Arthur Adams. That was the second Arthur Adams book of the 2-part series. That was the first time I was in a comic shop. That came out. Everything else I bought has been in bodegas, spinner racks. Walden Books was a regular for me, right? So the indie stuff that you guys talk about, I had no access to it at all. I didn't know about it. The closest I got was Nexus in Walden Books sometimes, and there was a Nexus crossover with Silver Surfer. I think Mobius did it.
I remember my first ever comic store was Jeppy's in Baltimore.
Oh, wow.
At the Inner Harbor. So I used to buy from Jeppy. That was the first time I really had a sense of anything other than like Marvel or DC too, because he had all the stuff. Right. And that's where I first saw like ElfQuest, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like a magazine, and like this is really weird shit.
Right.
And then the next comic book store that I remember going to was in Maryland. It was still in Maryland because it was where my dad lived. And there was one in like Easton. It was a small shop in Easton, but those guys also had indie stuff, and they were trying to push me to buy Grendel. They were like, you are going to love this Grendel book. This was like Comico Grendel.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I bought one. And then when I read it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I was way too like, where's my normal things to like understand what Grendel is supposed to be.
Right. It's like them handing you service, I was like, here you go. Read this.
Like, I don't understand.
Right.
So there was that. And then what was really funny was, again, this was all like summer vacation. So whatever city we went, I looked to see if there was a comic book shop. And so we went to Annapolis, and there was a comic book shop there, but it was called Twilight Zone Comics. And so my stupid undeveloped frontal lobe thought that all they sold was Twilight Zone Comics.
Yeah,
That's funny.
And so I never went. And years later, I went there with a friend of mine. He came back there, and I was like, "Yeah, there's a comic shop, but it's just Twilight Zone." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, it's right there. It's called Twilight Zone Comics." And he was like, "Yeah, that's just the name of the store, and in there they probably have other things." And I was like, "Why would they call it Twilight Zone then?" And we went upstairs, and it was this little shop, and it had everything, of course. And I was like, "Oh wow, I feel like a freaking idiot." But yeah, no, I was not registering like names in that capacity.
Well, all right. So I went to that comic book shop, right? But then I had one around my high school, and it was not. They sold Marvel and DC, right? They had a lot of back issues, but for them, Lobo's back. Remember the sequel miniseries, right? They were big on that. They were big on the Eclipso thing because it had the Bart Sears artwork,
the little diamond,
right on it. So that's what was there. It wasn't until I went into the city in my junior year of high school, down the block from Madison Square Garden was the Jim Hanley's Universe. So that was their second spinoff from the original store in Staten Island. I didn't know they had a store in Staten Island. I was in Jim Hanley's, right, down the block from the Garden, and I was like, what the fuck is this, man? I was like, wow. I think the second Marvel card set was coming out at the time, right? The one with the beige border and had all.
That's the best set. That's the best set.
Yeah,
the best set.
So I bought a full box from them, and then that's when I discovered Grendel. That's when I discovered Mage.
I missed that store.
That was a nice one.
That was a good store, man. That store, like, he had racks and racks of books, and you could find, like, how you normally walk into a shop and it's just this month's books. This store, he would rack 6 months, 8 months worth of books of the same book,
because it was up and down alphabetical, up and down, up and down,
and every time I walked in there, I could find some weird, strange ass indie comic. Like, so they would just be mixed in there.
That was his first location. His second location was still on 32nd Street.
Oh, I'm talking about the one across the street from the Empire State Building when he had that.
No, that was the third location.
Okay,
so the first location was closer to Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
The second location was in between those two spots. So the second location crossed Broadway, and it was next to the porn place, which was also the exotic dancer place.
The only one I frequented was the one across the street from Empire State.
Right, but that was on the same street. It was just a lot further. A lot closer to Broadway. The one you were talking about was a lot closer to Fifth Avenue, and that was the start. That was the start of Koreatown in Manhattan, also.
Well, Koreatown was one block over.
Yeah, once you cross Fifth Avenue, everything was
1 block over.
Koreatown, but they had the massage parlor next to that location at Jim Hanley's. Yeah, that was.
I went there.
I didn't know this. I was a geek. I was there to buy comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We in the early days of Big Dog Inc., when we'd go to cons, we'd go to the city like early or stay after and just go to the comic stores and just talk to them. We were I think it was in Virginia. This place was in the middle of nowhere, but there were kind of two of them semi middle of nowhere. So we were like, okay, we'll go. And so the first one we went to, I can't remember what it was called. It had a strange name, but when we got there, it was a 2-part store. One part was comics, and the other part was plants. This was clearly like a husband and a wife that were like, I'm going to sell plants and you're going to sell comics, and we're going to do it in this store. But it wasn't even like Poison Ivy's comics. It wasn't even like Clever. It was just like some dumb name, and we got some shit in here. Okay. And then in LA, there was, I'm not gonna remember what this one was called. I think it was called George's or something, but it's been closed now. It was comics on one side and a pet store on the other side. Oh, so you walked in and it wasn't even like you could smell the paper because there was too much bird shit, overwhelming, the whole place. But that was a really weird place too. Yeah.
So when I lived in DC, Oh, well, excuse me, right outside of DC. Matter of fact, I didn't live in DC. I lived in Alexandria. I remember the Titans.
Sure.
I remember when he got into the car accident at the end of the movie.
No.
Okay, so there was a after the high school, they won the big game. They're celebrating down North Henry Street, and the kid gets T-boned at a traffic light. That's on North Henry. There was a small comic shop that was maybe the size of a bedroom. He didn't even have back issue boxes. The books were just stacked on top of each other. You didn't have racks, right? You had the new stuff on the table, which was probably maybe an old desk. And then just things were stacked. So yeah, you could maybe find some gems in there, but you had a fucking look, and I wouldn't go there. I would cross the border into Maryland, and I would go to Nova Comics. I didn't even know about Third Eye at the time. There was something called Nova Comics. It was about 25 minutes from my place. And he was okay. He was all right. I think that's around the time the Marvel Annihilation series was coming out. I remember picking up some tie-ins there. Yeah, but over here in the stuff in Brooklyn, there was no real comic shops. They were one step removed from being, the stalker van, right? Don't go in there if they tell you they got ice cream, right? The one place that I would go to on a regular basis, it was a deli counter, and behind the glass was the fucking books, and he used the layaway container as his cash register. He didn't even have, a regular till. I was like, God damn it! There were cigarettes in there, and it was the smell. There was a smell of paper and funk.
Yeah, we had a store. We had a guy during the early '90s. This guy named Manny, and he opened up a comic book shop called Manny's. And what's funny is the front of the store was a comic book store. Then the back of the place was a bookie. So yeah,
that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Well, all right. I don't know if you remember in Bushwick, further down on the other side of Siegel, there was a laundromat, and a guy set up a comic shop in the basement of the laundromat. So you'd have to go into the laundromat. You'd have to go to the side door, which would go into the storage thing. But going down the steps, he had a big X painted on the ceiling when you went down the steps, and it was like, okay. And it was dark and it was dank, and it was always packed though, dude. It was like a secret fucking hideout.
There was this was in Alhambra, California, I think, somewhere out there. There were two shops on the same street about 3 miles apart. One of them was called Metropolis Comics. Okay. And you'd go in, and it was like a nice store. It was like, okay, there's like lights and everything's like laid out, and this is good. This is a nice shop, higher end shop. Cool. This is great. The other one was called Gotham Comics. And as soon as you walked in, everything was dark. There was like no lights on. Everything was painted black. Like, I don't know that it was on purpose. Like, I think that the guy just was
broke.
This is it. This is what I got, guys. This is what we're doing. But it was really funny that Metropolis was like this lit up place, and then Gotham was like this dump. I was like, this is okay. I understand. Yeah, this is fine. Like, he had just like the dumbest toys on the wall. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to anything. It was strange. It was a really, really weird place.
We got Glenda chiming in. We should do bundle delivery comics, like Comic Uber or something like that. Okay. Deshaun's laughing at us.
I've always thought that if you could do a comic book truck in a similar way you do a food truck, and just go around to events, it's basically like a book truck, like they used to do, like book trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you could do it like with comics, and just hit, you just drive around and hit, different sorts of events and places and whatever, drive to the park and drive to, wherever.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could probably get some interest in stuff. You could open the doors and like have racks that come down somehow. And I think it would be a pretty unique visual. You could have good stuff, not like keys, but like just good stuff. Like, here's some trade paperbacks or whatever. And then you could just have garbage, just dump out dollar books or whatever. So that, kids could just spend $5 and get 5 comics. I think you could do so. I think there's something there. I have to figure it out, but I think there's something there. Bookmobile, right? The old days of the bookmobile. But treat it like a food truck, and I think you might have something there.
You have the police check in the truck. Yeah. Where are you taking those kids? Where are you taking those kids? I don't know, man. They always said don't go into the van with the candy and stuff like that. But if it was comic books,
you don't have to go into it. It's literally, think about it like a food truck, right? Where you'll have the opening, so that's where you take money and whatever, and then you just have racks down the side of the truck, and it's all foldable stuff, so you can just kind of open, unfold it, throw some shit in there, and then you're out. You're done.
All right.
It's just like mobile Comic-Con.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, mobile Comic-Con sounds good. We can talk about this later. I was going to go till midnight, like Calderon usually says for me to go.
2 more hours,
right? 2 more hours, right? Because none of us are working tomorrow, right?
Except me.
Oh, you got to work tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I got to work tomorrow. So
the shoe's on the other foot this time.
Or a change.
12 o'clock.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't
worry about it. We'll wait till Friday. We'll see what happens then.
Joke's on you. I'm still on vacation. But no, we ran 2 hours today, which was a nice little way to spend the Snowpocalyse here in New York City. So let's get out of here. And Tom, you want to let everybody know where they can find you, brother?
BigDogInc.com. Go buy your books. Hurry up. I'm watching I'm clicking, I'm refreshing. Where's my sales? Right, Katie?
Yeah,
where's my sales?
I say it all the fucking time.
Actually, I did make a sale today out of the blue. Somebody bought a Legend of Oz trade paperback volume 5, so that was good.
Nice.
And we had a bunch of eBay. As we were sitting here, my phone went like blue, 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 blue. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Somebody bought a whole bunch of shit on eBay. So
JD Bump.
It's the JD Bump. That's right. Yeah.
I'll take it.
So yeah.
All right, cool. Calderon, where they going to find you, brother?
You can find me here Friday night with these same guys. Sunday night here with these same guys. Oh no, not this Sunday. This Sunday I'm doing a show with Marvin.
Yeah.
Special Sunday with Marvin. Yeah. That's cool. Following weekend. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those different places. What's up, Jason? We'll bring Jason back. See, with Jason, I can discuss anime with.
Okay.
Volume 2 doesn't exist in a trade paperback, Mr. Burks. You can find the issues. I have a few of the issues. I don't know that I have all of them. I might have them with some variant sort of construction as far as making a volume 2. And then volume 3 we definitely have, but volume 2 we've never made a trade paperback for. So if you need a volume 2, I can either get it to you digitally, or I can try and construct a set out of some variants and regular issues, depending on what I have.
It's time to put out that.
Just hit me up, send me a message, and we'll figure it out.
All right. And following that, we got William pitching us over here, buddy. By the way, Dodgeball 2, the rise of White Goodman. You can't keep a good man down.
They're already talking about a sequel to this. It's going. It's going.
It's going.
All right. And then we got Greenland Burks. He noticed. And I want to do a live stream, Dan Danan with JD Calderon. Nay, I demand it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Dan Danan was a lot of fun, man.
All right. And all right, you can find me at unstoppablecomics.com. All my social media links are on the website. And thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Later.
Yep.